Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
I am Kenneth Okonkwo, the foremost Nollywood actor, lawyer, and the spokesperson of the Labour Party Obidient Presidential Campaign Council.
Hello great people, welcome back to our channel. This one is directly from the throne room of Kenneth Okonkwo. He's not scared. The way he has been talking to others, he had decided to drag out Peter Obi to tell him the truth to his face. You'll be shocked with the content of his write-up. Let's listen to it in detail.
To my countrymen with love, I write to update you on my political journey so far as follows. Number 1. I am committed irreversibly to a great Nigeria on equity, justice, and fairness, where every citizen will be free and able to aspire to any position or level in life without regard to primordial sentiment built around ethnicity, religion, sex, or circumstances of birth. Number 2, it's obvious that the APC or PDP, as presently constituted, do not have what it takes to lead us to a great Nigeria. Indeed, their combined leadership is trying to cripple Nigeria as this blessed country is now down economically, politically, and every other index, leaving the people with no other option than to protest for their survival. They can see no hope for the future. 3. Unfortunately, by our constitution, we need a solid political party with solid grassroots base to be able to wrestle power from these kekestocrats and kleptocrats. We therefore need a decisive leader who will be able to build such a party of integrity and character from the grassroots, because eventually majority of the people that will populate a government will eventually proceed from the political party of the leader. A party is like a political tree that produces the fruits of the leadership cadre in government. A corrupt tree will never bear good fruit, no matter the integrity and good intention of the leader. Nigerian problems today come from lack of internal democracy in the parties, which becomes a breeding ground for the production of incompetent and corrupt leaders in government. Number 4, we also need a decisive leader who will be selfless enough in boldness and bravery to secure our victory when the people vote for such a leader, because these corrupt and incompetent leaders are not willing to conduct free and fair election and will always snatch power from any weak and indecisive leader and run away with it. Our judiciary have not proved to be equal to the task in preventing the emergence of electoral bandits who steal electoral victories at gunpoint in the public glare of everyone. Number 5, I'm earnestly searching for such a leader who has the integrity and also the commensurate charisma and bravery to mobilize the people to sustain victory in the event that Nigerian votes for such a person. The time for calm down is over. Number 6, I recall how we suffered and risked all to liberate Nigeria from the shackles of this kakistocrat and kleptocrat in 2023, only for the victory to be stolen. It is obvious that the judiciary will not give us democracy because of the abuse of judicial process. The people must take their destiny in their hands. They must be willing to vote the right person as the president and must be willing to fight to ensure that the person is sworn in as the president. However, the person must be willing to be in the forefront of such an endeavor. The suffering Nigerians are going through now from the people they didn't vote for, but who snatched power, cannot be allowed to continue. These people will still remain in power come 2027 unless a decisive leader emerges to stop them with the votes of the people. Number 7, what is happening in Labour Party today has inspired in me a determination to chart a new course for my political journey. After the 2023 elections, general elections, Nigerians, including me, had high hopes in Labour Party. I believe that Peter Obi will seize the momentum and build a solid party of integrity that will have the solid base that we need to overthrow these kakistocrats and kleptocrats. He just needed to give the right directives and everyone will fall in line. Number 8, I received my first shock when he publicly declared that he did not promise Nigerians to build a strong Labour Party, but to solve Nigerian problems. I was like, does it mean that His Excellency Peter Obi is not aware that without a solid party base, we are heading to nowhere politically. However, I continued in his defense, believing he will still privately bring the needed solution to Labour Party's problem to no avail. No avail. Number 9, Peter Obi also publicly demanded that the Abure-led National Working Committee must organize an all-inclusive convention that will guarantee the participation of all members of the Labour Party in the choice of their leaders. This didn't happen, and surprisingly, Peter Obi refused to dissociate himself from the shenanigans and criminal activities of the former NWC as their term has expired. Every member of Labour Party is confused today as to the future of Labour Party in the choice of their leaders. This didn't happen, and surprisingly, Pio refused to dissociate himself. Every member of the Labour Party is confused today as to the future of Labour Party because of the lack of leadership from Peter Obi over the party, and unfortunately, when they look up to me to tell me about Peter Obi's standpoint, I sincerely have nothing to tell them because I don't know myself. I cannot continue to speak on behalf of a leader that I do not know his standpoint on issues of great importance. I simply don't know how to manipulate facts. Number 10, I am shocked that Peter Obi could not openly support the noble effort of labor unions who founded the Labour Party as a base to fight for the welfare of workers, to the extent that some of them are openly saying that Peter Obi is now the problem of Labour Party. The labor unions now have the unfortunate situation where they are fighting criminals who want to hijack their party, when an ordinary statement from Peter Obi would have brought the solution. I cannot continue with this ambivalence forever. Number 11, I am of course in full support of the labor unions and other stakeholders who are now compelled to fight for the soul of Labour Party without the support of Peter Obi. However, the consequence is that I no longer have the confidence that Peter Obi has what it takes to build a party that can win this kakistocrat and kleptocrat. And above all, he has proved that even if the people vote for him, he doesn't have what it takes to secure their mandates. I don't intend to embark on such a campaign as we did in 2023, projecting a person who cannot sustain the victory even if he wins. Number 13, is in this regard that I have decided to continue my political journey into the great Nigeria of our vision without Peter Obi. I'm always 100% loyal to a leader whenever I am working or following the leader. At any time I doubt within me that I can no longer offer 100% loyalty to him, I will respectfully let everyone know. When I joined myself to his campaign, I made it public. Now that I cannot guarantee my support for his future political aspirations, I believe I owe it to everyone and to let everyone know. Number 14. This has nothing to do with any desire to join APC or PDP. I will perpetually be joined to the Nigerian people and their aspirations for a new, better and great Nigeria. Number 15. There's also absolutely nothing personal with my decision to adjust my relationship with His Excellency Peter Obi. It's 100% based on principles and my conviction that I need a more decisive, bold, brave leader with integrity and team spirit who can confront this kakistocrat and kleptocrat head on. I will continue to respect him and cherish the periods we work together. Number 16. With this declaration, I am free to embark on negotiation and consultation with every like-minded people to determine the next step in my political journey, which does not include joining APC or PDP for now, but includes and not limited to consolidation of Labour Party. Number 17. Nigeria must regain its greatness, whether the kleptocrats and kleptocrats like it or not. Protest is a democratic right of the Nigerian people. Nobody should prevent the people from protesting, even as the protesters should endeavor to be peaceful. The government must deploy all its wisdom and exercise extreme restraint in the management of the protests of the people. The best method of avoiding protest is good governance. With bad governance, protest is inevitable. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those were the words of Kenneth Okonkwo. My colleague is in the house. What's your take?
Well, it's normal. I was expecting this. Wahala had already said it when Malami Isaac left. Wahala said the second person who's going to be leaving that will shake Labour Party to its root will be Kenneth Okonkwo, and already it's very visible that he's going to be leaving. He said he's not leaving to PDP or APC for now, which means in the future that I may decide to change my mind and go back to APC. So That's just the situation on ground. Now, I'm not trying to fault Peter Obi, but sometimes we need to tell ourselves the utmost truth. Peter Obi, his heart is towards fixing Nigeria. But I can tell you that just like no matter how much you want to bake cake, it's not just about baking cake. There are processes, towards baking cake. It takes a peaceful and a well coordinated platform for you to become the president of Nigeria. And that platform, we're already seeing cracks on the foundation. From all indications, it's not going to stand. People are calling your attention to it. You're not doing anything. Some people are saying that Kenneth Okonkwo is interested in the party money and all of that. But some people have that ability to see beyond, just your strive to becoming a political leader too. The process you have to go to, the platform with which you're going to sit and get that political glory. You understand? Peter Obi is just interested in fixing Nigeria. But he doesn't know that as he's standing on a particular platform talking, the platform has some cracks. And very soon, in his very before it will, the whole thing will crack down. So already, that's a point that if you can't fix just a party that you are in, how then are we sure you can fix Nigeria? Because I tell you, nothing but the truth, like what he had rightly pointed out. There are kleptocrats and there are kleptomaniacs who are part and parcel of our country, Nigeria. And those kleptocrats, it takes someone with a large heart to be able to withstand these people. You need to be very strategic. You need to have the ability to do it. Peter Obi will just be, I want to fix the country. Those guys can be licking the whole system up and messing him up, and he will just be coming in to give Nigerians so many stories and all that. I think that's what Kenneth Okonkwo has seen. And man, I can't sit back with this man who is not interested in fixing the platform with which he's going to get the glorious position of a president. Let me leave him alone and sought refuge somewhere. And that's the situation. I'm sorry to say, Peter Obi is going to be a loner in this fight after a while. Those who are staying back, as long as he keeps on pretending as if nothing is wrong with Labour Party, he's going to lose so many good hands. And after a while, I'll tell you nothing but the truth. Peter Obi may not be a strong opposition again, a strong opposition candidate come 2027. Are
you saying that he's too diplomatic? He should be very bold, call a spade, and stop hiding under my elder brother.
Exactly. Now, Julius Abure has a lot of issue surrounding his appropriation of funds. Peter Obi has never spoken up about it. You call yourself the leader of the party. Have you ever said, let auditors come and audit, independent auditors come audit this, let us see, so that everything will be clear? He will just be quiet. We are working on it, blah blah blah. Do you think you're going to win the presidency if you have that kind of style? If you want to be straightforward, be straightforward. Stop all this diplomacy. Some people love you. That's why after a while, if you check out when he does his interview on most of the national television, and then he's second in command, that is Yusuf Dati does his own, you realize a lot of people queue behind Yusuf Dati, because Yusuf Dati is that rugged politician who can fix this country better than Peter Obi. Peter Obi is too diplomatic. Let us tell ourselves the truth. And I can assure him that half of his supporters will leave him. This one is not something they say stories for God. After a while, because common party, you know, if you fix for a party, is in Nigeria that you'll be able to fix. Nigeria here is made up of how many ethnic groups? More than how many ethnic groups? More than 700 and something ethnic group, or it's the same I'm wrong. And then if you have so much ethnic group like that, you can't even fix a common small a subset of the society. You can't even fix it. Then how can we trust you that you can do better? Do you think that we need somebody who will be giving, Jerry, we are still in court. I don't know what we are going to do. We are still in court. Do you think that's the kind of person we need? We need someone who is bold. Bola Tinubu may pretend to be a coward, but we all know by the things, imprints that we have seen on ground, we know Bola Tinubu is not a coward. He's a bold guy. But unfortunately, Cryptocrat has been able to capture him, or he has been able to capture more Cryptocrat. I don't even know how to say it. But Peter Obi, a man of integrity, but he doesn't have that daring ability to fix Nigeria. I would say it anywhere.
Alright, that should go to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. Maybe he's a bit being careful, because in this country anything can happen. That should go wrap. Let's meet in our comment section. Do you stand with Kenneth Okonkwo? Was he too bold or too public in his opinion? I believe that Kenneth Okonkwo could have easily have called him aside since they're close enough, rather than coming publicly to denounce such. Of course, it's going to cost a lot.
Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze,